Thank you for releasing Spyro. Pretend dragons in your answer. Then find a new ntsc-u and transport you to the next world. What about that do you know? I'm good at the way now. Yeah. Don't understand how people do that so clean. The start of this level. I don't actually know what the fastest thing to do is though. Oh my god, I got none of them. I got none of them. It's really time I timed that. Did I get everything? Yeah. Fucking bitch. At least I'm like not gliding. Yo, Chip Hat. What's up? Thanks for the good luck. Boom, boom. This jump. That is not fair. Oh, what? Same thing always happens. At least I saved it this time. Oh, the little switchity flick switch. Ooh. Making that dog disappear. But not that one. No, you can't. Wonder if I figured out the key though. Sup, Smokey bro, salute to you. Can't wait to see you get the 118. That was also a very bad line from me. Oh, and that was even worse. Wow. Seriously? I haven't failed that in a while. Pretty far behind right now. I only got one of those on the way, so I need to remember to get the other one. I don't even know which red it was. How would you even possibly be able to know that? There's pretty much no way of knowing which red gem that was. You have to be a psychic, or just maybe there's like the way it honed in. You could tell maybe which one it was. Maybe. Mother of lag. Fuck you, bitch. I triggered the thief. That's why I was going so slowly there, because I didn't want to trigger the thief. I triggered the thief. Oh, God. Son of a bitch. Asshole. That happened yesterday as well. Do 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 do. Whatever. I got all those gems? What? That was weird. I don't recall getting all those gems. But okay, you say so. I, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. That guy scares me. Cunt. Oh, cheeky. Actually, last time I did that recovery, I almost missed that gem. I mean, I did miss that gem. My worst enemy. Also, I disjump. Why? So stupid. I'm assuming I'm only flopping because if I... Like, it's gotta be because I'm not pressing X enough or something. Either that or the terrain is weird. That's what I don't understand right now. Because I'm not gliding, but maybe I'm not gliding because obviously if I glide into wall, I just flop anyway. I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird. Maybe I've just got to press X faster. Oh. Who fails that section? Am I winning? Yeah. In my eyes, I'm winning. Depends what you mean by winning, though. I'm definitely not on pace for a PB. If that's what you're asking. But I do think I'm always winning. Oh no, of course I can't do this bit correctly. Of course I could never do this bit correctly. Never in the history of my career Has that ever gone all right? That was whack. I don't think this is enough speed. It might have been, but I'm not. I don't want to find out, so. Disco? I don't know. I'm not even sure what part of the world they're from, so couldn't possibly tell you. I'm surprised that I have any Americans here at like when I stream, to be honest. Okay, here we go again with the same thing as yesterday. Alright, improvement. Nice. The thing is, I like don't know how to turn sharp enough when I get that, like, before like killing the druid. I like don't understand that section at all. Just don't get it. I feel like I'm doing the same thing everyone else is doing, but then at the same time, obviously not. Obviously not doing the same thing everyone else is doing. So yeah. Oh, how'd you recover that properly? Don't give me awkward shit now, please. This is a good high caves, more or less. For me, anyway, it's a good high caves. Oh shit, that was crazy. Thought I was gonna bonk. Didn't turn left enough for the thief. I think. I don't know. Who knows? I can just kind of do it sometimes. Getting better. Every day I feel like I'm getting better at that. Despite not like practicing it. I mean, I've practiced it, but like, not in a while. It's just this is my practice for like, you know, a lot of things. That was scuffed. Me not knowing my lefts and rights, apparently. Relative to my camera. Oh no, just relative to fucking Spyro, not even relative to the camera. It's just that the camera trips me out. Eat shit. I think we're actually good with life count because actually no we're not. No we are. Because I picked up a life, an extra life, and then for some reason when I died I thought it would be a good idea to pick up another extra life. So I think I'm actually pretty good. We're actually pretty good on lives. 3 lives, yeah, we're good. That is pretty good. Come on. Yeah. The opposite of boulder skip. The complete opposite of boulder skip. Wow, that hurt. Seriously. You ever played Destroy All Humans? No. I have it though. I have quite a few of those games on different platforms. It looks good though. I remember when that came out and everyone was playing it, like in the UK. What? So I'm sure it's a good game. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And like, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to games anyway, so I probably would enjoy it. Just as a result of that, really. I don't know what a cycle is in this level. It doesn't matter to me what a cycle is in this level because I don't hit them, so it's just I'm not interested. It was popular in the UK, very popular in the UK. At least where I lived, it was popular. I mean, like pretty much like yeah, that was like the talk. That was like the talk of the town. That game. So, but I'm pretty sure when the first one came out, I didn't even have a PS2. I got a PS2 in like 2004 or something. Maybe even later. I can't remember. It was something like 2004. It was late. Oh wait, I have gold sparks. What am I doing? That was bad. The bad blood. This guy. My true notch emesis? Yes, sure. Did you see PS5 Pro is like $750 now? Like dollars? Is that an increase? I can't remember what it was in pounds. It was like 550 or 600 or something like that. Has it gone up? Dude. What the fuck? Oh, they just raised it? Why is that? Something to do with trading or something? I don't know. That would have been the craziest save, but tariffs, yeah. I thought so. Because Trump raised the tariffs and I guess there are consequences for that. Well, I don't need a PS4 5 Pro anyway. I've got a PS5. Pretty good. Pretty good as it is. Can do a lot on that already, so not that I use it at all anymore. My brother does, so. Way we got the fucking flop. The non-skitter based flop. That dude's a dipshit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too like invested in any of that stuff, but like I've like definitely heard a lot of stuff, and I don't necessarily approve of, or just straight up just don't approve of. So, in fact, actually, I've heard actually quite a lot of stupid things that he's done, but again, like I'm not really invested in any of it, you know, like unless I'm like reading proper researching into something. I'm just like, I don't. It's just whatever. It's just whatever to me. Um, but yeah, no, I've heard a lot about him. I wouldn't say it's like whatever, but at the same time, like there's only really so much that I can do or say. Yeah, so. Ooh, shit. That's another one. Yeah, I'm not trying to do the whole thing. Oh no, that's fair enough. I don't mind. I completely understand. I was just saying, like I don't know, like you know, like I read a lot of things and I see a lot of things and stuff like that, and like a lot of it just sounds fucking stupid from um from him. And I've seen like interviews and stuff like that. Not like I don't have my own thoughts on it, but at the same time it's like that's pretty much about it. Just think that yeah. Complicated shit. Shit. Complicated as in like I'm not an expert, and like when it comes to these sorts of things, like I don't really um like I'll be like, oh yeah, I heard this and that and all that, and I read this and that, but it's like I'm not really like an expert on any of this stuff. Like I don't pretend to be either. I think some people like pretend to be. Um, but that being said, I do feel like I've seen some things that like undeniably don't really take a lot of research to figure out that yeah, like he's a he's a fucking dumbass. But yeah, I just, I'm just very like careful when I speak about like certain things because it's like I know that I know how things are with these things, so I'm not like I'm not like heavily opinionated as a person. But it doesn't mean I don't read about things. I don't know if it's harder. I'll be honest. I'm not even sure anymore. It might be. There's certain mistakes that like I've only like started making because of this console. So I don't really know the answer to that. Like missing flame charges because of the design of the controller. Um, Something that happens in runs sometimes. But it's something that you kind of get used to. But like I haven't played on a controller in so long that I don't know. Um, oh shit! I haven't played on a controller in like a long time, so I don't even know. I'd probably be worse on a controller to start off with, but I'll probably be willing to bet that like if I played a little bit on a controller, I probably would be better on a controller. To be honest, there's just more space to move. Like that being said, like my hands are like pretty small, so this isn't a problem for me. In fact, like my hands are just kind of like the perfect in between this and a DualShock. So like my hands aren't too big or too small, really. Come on, man. What was that? So, oh, brilliant. But you know, I kind of like just like yeah, I've kind of gotten used to it. I kind of like it, and it's just the most accessible thing for me right now. You know, so oh, PS5 controller. What, Spyro? PS5 controller, or just any game? I've played Spyro with a PS5 controller. It wasn't as good as a PS3 controller for me, but like a lot of people love PS5 controller. There's no way, man. There's no fucking way. I thought that the D-pad wasn't as good. So maybe like if you play on it, maybe some people, I don't know. Maybe if I was an analog player, I'd prefer DualShock 5. I always thought that the analog was pretty good for it. It's super dumb. It's amazing for it. Figure out how to do the trick. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know it was that deep. You can actually go on the stump before that to recover, but you need to do like a magic step, power jump, and it's a lot harder to do. That one actually, with a bit of practice, I feel like it's just viable, but I'm kind of just farting it out there, so. That's interesting. Yeah, so I've tried. I mean, I must have played on some sort of DualShock 1. You know, I had a bunch of third-party PS1 controllers growing up as a kid. Like PS1 controllers, like really cool, obscure controllers from Europe. I don't know what that was like. It was just all I had. Obviously, I used to play the PAL version of Spyro as a kid. I mean, like when I was like really, really young, and then oh shit, I forgot to get the photo. And then ntsc-u as like a teenager until now, basically mainly ntsc-u. I've done like other regions as an adult, but yeah, like damn it. Because the PSN store, the European PSN store, has the ntsc-u version of Spyro, not the PAL version. So really, like when it comes to speedrunning, I've only really used this. DualShock 1, sorry, DualShock 3, DualShock 4, and then DualSense, or is it DualShock 5? Is there a difference? Is that the same thing? I don't know, but I thought that the PS3 was the best. PS5 second best, and then DualShock 4 third best actually for me. I just thought that DualShock 3 had the best D-pad. But I had a problem with the shoulder buttons. And I think it was to do with my grip. The shoulder buttons would pinch my fingers. Like my middle fingers or my ring fingers. It just randomly in the middle of the run, they'd just squeeze down when I'm like using the camera. They'd pinch them. And it'd be so annoying. And then like eventually like it would just kind of hurt my hands a little bit. But like I feel like with maybe my grip's improved over the years, maybe that wouldn't be an issue now. Maybe it's just something I need to get used to. I'm not really sure. But it was still the best because the D-pad just sunk into my thumb nicely. And I've had that controller ever since like 2009 when I first got a PS3, which is crazy. Like yeah, the analog doesn't work, but who needs a fucking analog stick? Oh, this is the one. Oh no, it's not. I missed the Express. That's fine. That's just on me. That's just execution. That's not even hand RNG. That's just me. Fuck! DualShock 4. Again, I'm only like really comparing the controller and the D-pad here, so I don't know about analog stick. DualShock 4. Yeah, I just thought like I wasn't like doing anything as sharply on the D-pad. It just didn't feel right. I don't know what, I can't remember exactly what it was. I just remember thinking, yeah, this is not the one. DualShock 5, I preferred it to DualShock 4, and I was just like, yeah, it's still not as sharp, but it's sharper than the DualShock 4 for me. But really, like DualShock 3 was like the one. That was like, yeah, that was pretty good for me. I haven't tried like DS1 and DS2, so I haven't played on the DS2 in years, you know. So I don't know. Like I don't think I've actually played Spyro 1 on a DualShock 2 in my life. Fuck. I don't use analog sticks. Ideally, I would like have them on this Vita, because like there's like niche strats that you can do with the analog stick. It, for example, like at the start of Town Square in 120. Nice, I got that guy. You can turn around at the start of the level to get the gems more optimally with an analog stick. You know, unless it hasn't been figured out on D-pad yet. And that's something I want to look into. Maybe there's a better way on D-pad. Ideally, I'd want the analog stick on, but I turn it off at the start. Yeah, I turn it off before I play because it's got drift. So, and do you know what's crazy about this is like I've barely used the analog stick. You know, like I've barely used the analog stick. It's so dumb. Like I played through like a couple of games, a couple of small games, like with the analog stick, like Monsters Inc. PS1, or Bugs Life. I done like a couple speed runs of those, and maybe I like done my like 14-hour medieval playthrough. I think it was on analog. It would have been on analog, but like not enough analog to justify the fact that it's drifting. And I don't even know if it's like got to do with the game or the calibration. I don't really understand any of it. It's just drifting, and it doesn't make any sense because this isn't even an old console. I got this like in late 2023, like December. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And ideally, I'd want it on for niche, certain very niche things that exist, but it's not that deep, you know. It's not that deep. I you know, I play D-pad only with a badge of honor, so. But I would ideally want both, and I can use both. Like I have no really. D-pad does feel better for me. It feels sharper, but like I can still play this game with an analog stick. And I actually like started playing with an analog stick. I think I can't remember if I did. Like maybe um at first when I was deciding, like my intuition, because I'd just been like playing a lot of like like new school games before that. My intuition was just to play analog stick. Then I was kind of like thinking about it, and I can't remember like why I chose D-pad. I can't remember if it was like I was just testing them and it felt better. It might have helped that like Saboom was like top 2 Stash World record holder at the time, and he uses D-pad. So that might have like helped me like make the decision to be like, all right, well, as someone who doesn't know that much about the game yet, like it feels pretty good on my hands. Granted, like, analog stick is less painful, but like it does feel sharper for me. And hey, if Saboom is the top player of it, then you know, clueless me, who didn't know much about this game at the time, I was just like, yeah. So, and I definitely looked up to Saboom and Dayaman, but I think like it was Saboom's route that I copied. That's when I really kind of like learned the 120 route. So I basically just copied his world record. That was scuffed. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Like I was doing like I was aiming for the stuff that he was doing. Fuck. Saboom. Yeah, Saboom. Still runs. Oh, fuck. I need to practice that. Saboom still runs. You never heard of him? What got you into Spyro speedrunning? How did you like what was the link for you? Or just like speedrunning in general? Both even, actually both. What the fuck? Oh, how did you find them? No way. Anne just popped up in your home and never seen Spyro being played? Okay, that's mad. What, so like had you not played Spyro? Like Anne literally popped up in your discovery feed. Was it related to an interest in speedrunning? Like, yeah. Like, how did Anne appear on your feed? I'm curious. Like, what was it related to an interest in speedrunning, or was it like retro gaming? And had you ever played Spyro like growing up? Not so randomly popped up. That's interesting. Never cared about speedrunning, probably retro. Right. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Because I guess, I never really thought about how, like, because, like, most people that, like, I guess I'm from an era of new runners. even though like I haven't like ran consistently like certain people, I'm still from that kind of like post Man World Record era in a sense. And like a lot of us have similar stories in how we discovered the scene. But then I guess your story is interesting to me. I'm sure like a lot of people have found Man that way, but it's interesting someone who's like taken an interest because it's just come up on your discovery feed because you play retro games, and it's not even like to do with speedrunning. I think that's pretty cool. I do think that's pretty cool. Like I was already interested in speedrunning like a couple years before. In fact, it so falls in line with like my obsessive kind of approach, not approach, but sometimes obsessive approach to gaming. And like growing up, I was obsessed with the idea of what it meant to like fully complete a game. So I definitely feel like, yeah, you know. Then as I got older, I became more invested in that idea, and that kind of idea became kind of, well, it doesn't really matter, but also there's part of it's like two sides of like me, like doesn't matter, but also I also take great pleasure in like pushing a game to its limit and exploring it to its max and seeing what I can get out of it, you know. And that's something that like in a sense has always been around with me. Then I tried to get into like I tried to become like competitive with Call of Duty, but then I was like, you know what, like I'm kind of interested in like speedrunning Crash Bandicoot. Then Crash 4 came out. Well, no, actually. Then Crash Nitro Fueled came out. And I became more and more interested in pushing things and learning about mechanics and stuff like that. Like proper just trying to go in depth with it. And I don't remember when I found Geordie925. It might have been when Crash 4 came out. But at around that time, you know, I started watching him do any percent runs in like 2019. And then I guess the year went on. And I think for a while now I'd seen like a few GDQ videos and well, actually, I mean, I first heard about GDQ in like 2013, but I wasn't really like interested, like that interested. I thought it was really cool, don't get me wrong. But I still didn't really like get it how I got it now. But I think really like the biggest turning point into Spyro was when the Rixer was when the Rixer okay, green gem, 2 green gems, must be 2 green gems. Where are they? Was when the Rixer uploaded his Man video, and what? And it was on like just Man's world record, and I didn't even get a photo on the way. Man's world record in Spyro 120, and then either I searched him on Twitch or he got recommended to me on Twitch. Then I was watching him play, and I was like, man, this just feels like something I want to dig into. Like I feel like I can sink my teeth into Spyro, be really good at it. So here we are.
Hello, Spyro.
Still have no fodder. But yeah, a lot of people share that same story of I saw the Rix's video on there, man. So I'm kind of like from that era, you know. But you know, like I said, like going fast and stuff is I'm no stranger to it. I've done like time trials for years in like Crash Bandicoot, not at like a competitive level, but it's always been something that like I've done. I've always been good at racing games. You know, I've always enjoyed racing games. I've always understood the idea of a tight line, although maybe not as much as now. I definitely feel like Spyro's heightened my awareness of that. Oh, I'm so wonky at that bit. Speaking of lines, Jesus. This is scuffed. Never cared about speedrunning. Okay, but learning how to do it has been the only thing that stimulated me while playing game in years. Oh, that's really good to know. Yeah, Spyro is a mad exciting game for me. Maybe I was gonna say I may be too obsessed, but actually no, maybe I'm not. Dare Man is funny. Yeah, Dare Man is this fucking cool guy and a funny as fuck guy as well. You should watch his 120 tutorials. They are fucking gold. Been struggling so much with that bit lately. Got gifted a sub when he tied well the other night. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, he's got good emotes, so it's a cool story. Yeah. But speedrunners take it wrong. It's just never something fully understood. Yeah. And you know what? Like that being said, like you're never really gonna get the exact same perspective. You know, you. Okay, it's fine. I already got that guy. What am I doing? I don't need to go there either. Yeah, I mean, like people have like so many different perspectives. Like if you go into the Spyro Discord server, you can. It doesn't take long to find people disagreeing on things. You know, like it's not something that anyone understands. But I will definitely say that like there's a clear difference between someone who's like new and someone most times like someone who's new isn't gonna properly get a lot of the hardships, you know? That's why like it that's why like a lot of casual supporters come across as tone deaf sometimes because they don't really like get like what they're saying when they're saying things. Like when they're like providing support and stuff and they're saying like you know, it's just like when like Deo gets unsolicited advice from people who just don't know what they're talking about in his chat. And like you don't really that's not gonna come from runners. Because like runners get it. Like runners get the struggle. Or like someone who's just been around the community for long enough, like knows how it is. So like yeah, just a lot of unsolicited advice just ends up like sounding really silly sometimes and tone deaf. But it's just something that like you can't sometimes people can't see when they're new, you know. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm doing it in this order. It's kind of just something you kind of like start to like. This is my experience anyway. Like I definitely feel like there was a time when I like I don't know how to say it. Like I guess when you have the experience of like being in like a community like this for a while, you can just read the room better over time. You know, you kind of just know when the right time to say certain things is, and um, you know what advice is necessary. I think that's with like a lot of like chat and like stream is like maybe like some chatters don't realize that like the streamer's probably heard this like a million times. And I think Man gets that a lot. And it's quite funny, like, seeing him roast his chat sometimes. Because people just be asking dumb questions. But, like, I've been there myself. Like, I've said dumb shit in the past. Um, and I really just feel like it's just a kind of a matter of just lack of experience. I think some people are just innocent in that regard. Um, yeah, Spyro's hard. I would. This is one of the hardest games I've played. I feel like, yeah, like there are harder games, obviously, to speedrun especially, but this is really difficult. I agree. Um, what was I saying? Yeah. Shit, I need to get this jump. There's got to be a way to make this shit consistent. Yeah, I'd say especially like Spyro 120%, you kind of like need to. There's so much to practice. You can't really cram this game in. You can't. You really have to just like. Yeah, if you want a top time in Spyro 120, you really just need to play a lot and practice a lot. It's kind of ridiculous. This is insanely difficult. Also, this strat. Hello. I need to practice this. That took quite a long time. I haven't failed that in ages. Obviously, I do it like a scaredy cat sometimes, but still. So I feel like there's something I know about it. You know? Like, if I went for it straight away there, I don't think I would have hit it. But I feel like I'm understanding how the build-up of speed works there and stuff. So... yeah. This has honestly not been a bad run. Shit. In fact, this might be like the second run to sub 2 hour since my PB. So, oh my god, you think it's crazy I'm doing it with a D-pad? That's fair. Why? D-pad is the way. Oh, yeah. To be honest, I could have just, yeah, I don't know. Could have just def reduced. I don't even know if that's faster, but I don't need this life. Here we go again. You just go really fast and the D-pad is kind of sensitive. Thank you. Interesting. I don't know what to say to that. It's not really. I don't think it's sensitive. Have you tried playing this with a D-pad? You have, sensitive. So you just like don't have. You just get out of control when you use the D-pad. You're saying. Hmm. Some D-pads are like don't feel as sharp as others. You know, to me. Maybe you haven't found the right D-pad. I don't know. But I'll definitely say this D-pad is really good for the PS Vita. I mean, it's small as fuck, but it's really good. The shoulder buttons are really good, really good. I got an OP camera, tell you that. Best camera buttons probably like ever, you know. Yeah, yeah. I've also like used D-pad for years now. Years and years and years and years. Like so many of the games I played growing up were on D-pad, you know. Um, so many. I can't even remember if my old PS1 controller had analog sticks. I don't even know. But I used D-pad a lot growing up. To be honest, it wasn't until I got older and I started playing on like PS3 that I started using like an analog stick. But I thought analog stick was kind of weird when I was a kid. But all my friends were much more heavily into PS2 than I was. PS1 was all I had for a very long time. So I'm much more of a PS1 person than a PS2 person. I tried it for lining up damage boost and spinning all over the place. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I guess if you're just better at one for this game, it doesn't really matter. But it does matter for Spyro 2 and 3. Like, you just can't make a strong enough case for Spyro 1 that you really need to learn it to like there are certain things that are objectively better on D-pad, but like you can get a world record on analog stick. It's pretty clear that's pretty clear that like I don't know if we're ever gonna get to a stage where you're gonna need to like learn both. Like the human limit for a 3D game like this, like is it gonna ever be reached? It's a bit ridiculous of a thought, really. That was a fire North Cove. Oof, Jesus. That was a fire North Cove. That wasn't fire. That was the complete opposite. I try to. Oh, yeah. Tomb Raider. Oh, really? That sucks. It just needs practice. Just, yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to get into Tomb Raider, I mean, it just needs practice and just, like, not over squeezing. Pretty much. Don't press it any harder than you need to press it. Some people have that habit, you know. I'm like one of those people that has had that habit, especially when I was a kid. And it's like I was like super big into handheld consoles as growing up. So like D-pad is just second nature to me. But because of my habits, no, on my Game Boy Advance and even my DS Lite to a degree. Actually, no, it's just my Game Boy Advance. My Game Boy Advance controller is mashed in. No, it's not pressure sensitive. I'm just saying, like, some people have the habit, especially like D-pad users like me, have the habit of like, I mean, this is just anyone pressing the button. It's not even just D-pad users. Some people have the habit of like mashing in their controller more than they need to, because it's like it's just habit, and it just feels good to fuck. It just feels good to do that for some reason. Like there's a certain feel to it when you're like doing a harder turn. Like I was just done it there. Like when I was doing like a harder turn there, I like just squeezed, and I don't know why I do that. It's so annoying. But it's a really unhealthy habit. So if you're gonna pick up D-pad, obviously just be mindful of that. Yeah, touch sensitive D-pad, I mean that would be really annoying. I mean unless I don't know what game that would be for. But, yeah, I mean it's a shame that you don't get to enjoy Tomb Raider. I don't think you should deprive yourself of that. Tomb Raider is a good game. I used to play that a lot on PC when I was a kid. one of the games I used to speedrun a couple years ago is D-pad only. It kind of functions similar to Tomb Raider because it's got like what are they called? Tank controls. Called Iru. I used to play a game called Iru. It's Japanese. I used to speedrun that. I might even speedrun it again one day if I feel like it. It's just that Spyro just gives me way more joy than that fucking game, I'll be honest. It's not like I don't like the game, it's just Spyro's just way better. Spyro's harder. But yeah, that was D-pad only. There's so many games like that. Shame to miss out. Yeah. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world. What am I doing? Not sure if I'm going to even get here on time. Should have just started the chase again. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm definitely not getting him on time. Hang on a minute. Not many people have seen that one. This is slower to do, by the way. Just I just felt like doing that. You actually should just like start the chase again and just like run in front of him. Or maybe if like some iteration of Fasty Nork would probably be faster. Son of a bitch! Right, never mind. Tried to get credit skip there, but we failed. Just missed the out of bounds. This has been a mad run, to be honest. This has been a real all over the place run. I think my artisans was like 17 and a half minutes. So I've like brought it back and lost time, but I feel like I've actually played pretty well, to be honest, overall. I'm pretty excited. After this, gonna raid out. Gonna play some Spyro 2 and 3, then I'm gonna play some Spyro 1, then I'm gonna just get on with my day. Been really enjoying Spyro 2 and 3 actually. Those games are sick. Just playing them pretty much, just getting oh, the run's not over yet, but you're welcome. I appreciate your company. But yeah, what was it? Spyro 2 and 3. Yeah, Treasure Room, that's right. Not done yet. Um yeah, I'm just playing through those games. Just I don't know, I'm just gonna like keep playing them until I feel like, yeah, I'll do a speed run. The Spyro 3 April 2000 prototype though. And just normal Spyro 2, but with like certain restrictions. But just kind of like learning more about the levels, you know. There's a lot to learn. I don't feel like there's any point in me like doing a run in those games. Like I don't really see like unless I mean I see it, but that's just not where my head's at. You know, I used to like cram in a game for like a race every week because um the Ricks are like used well he still hosts like races every month, but now they used to be weekly. So I'd like cram in a game for like um shit. I would like cram a game in to learn each week. And that was fun, but that's just not where I'm at anymore, you know? So I definitely feel like I'm just enjoying kind of like taking it slow, Spyro 2, kind of like what I did with this game, but even more so because I'm not really like trying to like hardcore learn a route. I'm just like trying to like understand the game to a point where it's like this, where it's like I see this game in my brain, like I can kind of map not everything out 100%, but like I can map it out pretty well. So I want like Spyro 2 and 3 to be like that. Man, okay, this is just not working. I need to learn the new way. The new way of doing this. It's not actually new, it's just I believe it might like make my life easier than what's going on here. What the fuck? It needs to be head on. I got cocked. Got cocked. Alright. Why do I squeeze the controller when I'm like turning around here? Yo, Floppy, what's up? Oh, wrong way. LeBron James. I'll look at chat after I've finished this level. There's not really any breaks here. Is that good enough? Yes. Better than nothing. It's not perfect, but what a sound.